Hello, everyone. Welcome to Thursday. Hello, Freya. I hope you're doing well. We are back, or we will be in a couple of minutes, since Twitch ads this time waited until we were literally all the way through the 3.5 minute warm-up to start running, which is, congrats, that's the worst anybody's ever done it. So, that's where we're starting. We're starting with more Banishers, Ghost of New Eden tonight. We finished our first major case last time, so we had a breakthrough. Let's call it a breakthrough. We met the Beast, who was in fact several ghosts in a trench coat. The trench coat was kind of a big wolf, and at the middle of that wolf, there were two wolves inside of that wolf, and one of those wolves was Deborah. It's complicated. The point is, most of the ghosts in the, I think they call it a scourge, which is a particularly angry, nasty kind of malign entity that banishers have to deal with, were the, I guess, hunters? The traveling party who left New Eden Town, who entrusted their safety to Thickskin Newsmith, and Thickskin split up the parties and sent this group down one path and the so-called quicker group on a different path. And this group, she gave a... They had signal whistles so that they could call for help, but this group, she gave a dog whistle instead that... Normally dog whistles are this was actually like a dog calling whistle that drew the wolves to them, and between that and a landslide, everybody in that group died horribly and betrayed by Thickskin, and their energies congealed, along with Deborah, who had died like 7 years ago and feels betrayed by Kate. We don't actually have the details on how all that went down yet, or what the story is there. But the gist of it, hey Al, the gist of it is that, or my assumption at this point is that Deborah was already sort of wandering as a ghost, feeling betrayed out in the woods, and then all of these folks got betrayed by Thickskin and died, and then their ghost energy found the kind of like harmonic resonance of Deborah's ghost energy, and they all got together and formed one schlorp of a scourge, and that became the Beast. And then that Beast ate a lot of other people who went a-hunting, and probably just added all the, hey Bob, added all of their, there's a line that the Borg used in Star Trek, your cultural and something uniqueness will be added to our own. Anyway, the Beast got bigger and bigger and bigger. So we fought the Beast, and I'm going to call it put it to rest, because I think that genuinely is what Red at least was trying to do, was to send those souls on to a happy end on the promise that we would tell their story and do justice unto them, which we tried to do. And then Thickskin, who seemed genuinely surprised that there was in fact a beast at all and not just a big bear, because I guess she's not as good of a tracker as maybe she thought. The prints are not bear tracks. Anyway, the point is, Thickskin found us, seemed surprised. We laid bare the whole story.
Did you lay the bear? That's a little bit not your kind of game.
I don't know, I could be into Baldur's Gate 3. We might lay a bear.
Oh.
We can stream that later.
Well, I didn't think you're Canadian enough for that.
You think well, no, I don't have any Canadian in me, that's fair. I have some German in me, though. Well, this is a side conversation. The point is, we confronted Thickskin, and at the same time discovered that Kate had followed us, and she also confronted Thickskin. And then we decided that, I decided that I didn't want someone with Thickskin's way of viewing the world, that the weak should die so that the strong survive, running a settlement. So we schlorped up her life juice and gave it to Antea, because she seems slightly less dangerous to me. Although Antea's got a almost nihilistic way of looking at things, but that's at least it's more towards neutral for me. It's less actively dangerous at the moment than Thickskin's whole deal. Um, but that seemed to mollify the majority of the ghost stuff within the beast, and that left only Deborah, who emerged from the beast and then chased Kate from the scene, who has gone fleeing off into the woods. So we may have lost 2 new smiths for the price of 1. Um, and yeah, without a gun even, right? We still have Kate's gun, so, and we might also get, I guess we inherited a gun. We might have double gun now. So, if that gets us, hey, Bedred, if that gets us back to town, we can give Kate her gun back, and then we can keep Thickskin's rifle, and then we can make our way back to New Eden Town, assuming that, I mean, the woods should be a lot safer now, with them being one beast short of a set. But there are still, I think, starving wolves and also, like, bone walkers and things. So, anyway, fingers crossed that Kate makes it back home okay, because I have questions for her. About Deborah, mostly. But at least for the moment, one scourge has been taken care of. And that's one of the 3, like, major quests that we got to take care of to solve the riddle of the nightmare. That will let us get Antea's body back, which is her ghost eye, that will let us bring her back to life when this is all said and done, which is really the thing that we're here to do. Solving everybody's problems, that's extra credit. The actual thing that we're here to get a grade in is bringing Antea back. Anything else is bonus content. Wake her up inside. Nice, very good. A few minutes ago, I discovered that in addition to having a whole bowl of ice cream left instead of the smaller amount I thought I had, I was not out of chocolate chip syrup after all. I had a whole unopened bottle that I got behind something and forgot about. That's a wonderful little mystery to discover. I love that. I'll have to go back and get the old smith. Right, we're out of new smiths. The old smith is the only one we got, or some kind of newer smith. But let's not even entertain that possibility. There is, and I'm a little sad now that I've done it off stream, because I think it would make for a very funny joke to do based on that comment you just made, Bedroad. There is actually a haunting case that deals with a smithy that we could have done after this and be like, hey, we need a smith now. Let's go get. But it's not all that relevant to everything, and we just took care of that one already. All right, I think that's all the smith here. Exactly. Smithier. You beat me to it. Smithier, smithiest. Great minds. All right, on that note, let's talk content warnings. Get Mario, he can deal with Smithy. I hear the remake of Super Mario RPG was very, very good, which I'm happy about. I guess they didn't really need to change anything. Like, it's great game, no notes. But speaking of notes, I'm going to segue right back into the thing I was starting into. Content warnings for tonight's stream include death, if that seems obvious. This game, much more so than just ghosts being here, deals with death, grief, regularly, habitually, constantly. So, just putting I should put an exclamation point next to that one. Heavily, this game deals with death in all of its themes constantly. Less constantly, to get ahead of my lovely partner and her contrarianism, this game deals with...
Hey!
I love you, but this game less constantly deals with sexism and racism. Those will come up, but not constantly. Similarly, domestic abuse comes up, not constantly. Body horror, we saw a lot of it last night. I think we get a bit of a break from that now, thankfully, but there are still the bone walkers themselves, which are zombies. So there's some of that, but I don't think we have another major body horror moment. There's some possession and things like that that I think fall into a similar category. Violence against animals, I mentioned the wolves. We will have to fight wolves. It's pretty exclusively wolves that we have to be violent against. So that's all that falls under that umbrella. And then alcoholism, there's at least one quest that deals with it heavily. We won't get to that one tonight, but it is kind of mentioned offhand occasionally with a lot of characters struggling with it. throughout. For more detailed warnings, head to doesthedogdie.com and search for Banishers, or click on the link in our CW tag. We'll take you directly to the entry for it, where I've gone through and done a lot of work myself, and I've been joined by a few others I'm happy to see who have gone in and made some detailed notes on specific missions and the content warnings relevant to them, along with spoiler tags where appropriate. Thank you very much, Al. That's an evergreen quote. Okay, I think that's all the pre-ramble. I think that's it. Yeah. All right. Into the game. Because luckily we're starting exactly where we left off, so we'll have a little bit of time to just sort of continue babbling. So I don't need to finish pre-babbling. The babble comes with us. See? This beast. I still think this is a great design. I mean, a lot of the creature designs in this game I think are quite good, despite outwardly being like familiar shapes, because this is just essentially dog. This is essentially just dog skeleton when you get right down to it. But there are lots of little notes. The mushrooms are very good. The how they worked the like branches in, and still very much made it look like Zombledoggle. And yeah, it just, I don't know, the parts of it that were very much replaced with branches to explain the mismatched footprints that we saw. Yeah, it's good creature design. I like it a lot. There'll be more like that. Not specifically like that, but more like, I think, very creative creature design. It occurred to me between streams that I think, weirdly enough, one of the games that this game reminds me of, just in terms of quality overall, maybe with the exception of the writing, because I think that the writing in this is a notch above, but in terms of the combat, the kind of exploration, and the creature bits that I was just talking about, and like the world, all of that stuff, Scars Above is actually the first thing that comes to mind. Which was one that yeah, I enjoyed, but I would not necessarily put in like a top 10 necessarily. It was just a perfectly cromulent game that stood out. It didn't punch above its weight, and I think this one is in a similar kind of category.
Look at that.
It's beautiful.
No, look at it.
Ooh. Oh god, it is Life is Strange. That's the storm. You can't fool me. You do think weirdly enough, but you can always challenge yourself to excel. Bob, I appreciate that. It's important to always aim higher. The one thing I like about the beast is the people mixed into it. I feel like that just puts us back into the Slay the Princess again.
The scourge troubles me.
It's gone. The curse is lifted.
The curse remains. The beast was born of it. A scourge made in equal measure from the treachery of the Newsmith sisters. Worse, though shaped by Thickskin's betrayal, it was driven by Kate's.
I feel like the greatest part of the story is still missing.
The Newsmiths alone did not create the nightmare. Others in New Eden have treacheries to hide.
I wonder what they did to earn such hate.
Yeah, back to I hope Kate's okay because I have questions. Importantly, our options were between sacrificing and sparing Thickskin. There wasn't any option to, like, sacrifice Kate, which, I mean, why would there have been, obviously? But it means that there's no version of this quest in which Kate doesn't survive. So, presumably, she's still out there for us to find and ask questions of? But she might not be thrilled that we ate her sister's soul essence for dinner.
Does her sister actually have a soul? So like,
Does your sister actually have a soul? Well, that's, you know, you're making good points. I didn't like thick skin, is the thing. That's not, I'm not willing to say that she didn't have a soul. She did have a soul that I didn't like.
yeah,
I'm willing to
because
say
she was
that.
eugenicist.
She was a fascist eugenicist. But that she didn't have a soul is the kind of thing a fascist eugenicist would say, and that's not language I want to start to co-op, is the thing. She did have a soul, and I didn't like it. I'm willing to say that.
Promises
I was just
unkept,
implying she'd already sold
covenants
it.
broken.
That's fair.
The curse has its roots in betrayal, treachery that perhaps demanded sacrifice.
I will keep my word. We chose together.
I know we did. I know you will.
The Meyer Marshes was where Seeker told us she'd be. Way back forever ago. Mossy Polypore. Also sounds like a great character name. Alright, well, the game wants us to go left, so naturally we go right. You can't fool me, that's a trick. See? Inky Cap Coprin. Also a great character name. Oh, it's me, Inky Cap Coprin.
Why are you talking about mushrooms?
Because I'm collecting them.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Inky caps are really not good for like eating. They're great for literal ink though.
We don't eat these mushrooms, we use them for rituals.
Oh, good call then.
Usually we talk to ghosts or fight
Like you
ghosts,
said, they make
or
good ink.
sometimes we use them to see the past, which means we might be eating them to hallucinate.
No, I wouldn't recommend that because
It's a you do it once kind of thing.
no, it's just really unpleasant.
Mhm.
It doesn't do
Do not want to shoot the bird.
Think you could take on a ghost?
Yep. Okay, good. The birds have left. Normally I would be sad about that, but in this case, I did not want them to get hurt. For it. Surprise! Oh, it knocked you over. That was great. Wait a minute. Am I getting shot at from on high? I think I am. You there. Oh, awful. Let's just deal with one problem at a time. You also have a parry. I see you're a ghost of taste. Nope. For it. Alright, fine.
You're done.
Nice thing about the whoop charged heavy attack is that if I miss, it still brings me closer. There we go. Antea, please don't jump scare me like that. Thought I shot the ghost and it teleported next to me. Nope, just my wife. Suddenly, wife. Inky Cap Coprin and Mossy Polypore walk into a tavern. Great start to an adventure. Oh, I also figured out last time that this game is a Souls-like, and here's how we know. Now we have proof. Can we do it? Can we do it the proper way? There we go. Honestly, thought this was an animal's leavings. It's bog iron. Which sounds like a euphemism for an animal's leavings, to be fair.
No way through here.
You are a glowy thing. Oh, alright.
Wisps didn't come back to bite. I'd almost feel sorry for these ones being caged. What are spirit snares doing out here?
We go through
I
here?
believe we should come to terms with the fact that New Eden brims
Oh, hang on.
with demonologist craft.
Do we? Which way did we come down from? Is it here? Maybe it was here. Let's go. Up we go. We can't have been this way. There's still loot.
Bugger off, crows.
I love how you love animals.
Don't count.
Crows don't count? Why not? You don't like crows, Red? You're great. I found my first thing I don't like about Red. My grandfather hated crows too. Aw. I mean, I have a several year feud with the local catbird, so like it could be personal, I guess. Really, it's the sound they make. They just go, meh.
Can you find a way around the locked door?
I mean, there's this hole. Yes, that is in fact breakable. Please tell me there's just a... No, not quite. Alright. I drop down in? I cannot drop down in. Alright. Go up here further. Yes. A chest! I think the crows should be allowed to have the vegetables. I agree. 29th of October... Of October. Yes, the day between November and October. Noctober. 1636. Alright, 1695, so this is going way on back. Enemy scouts spotted south. Multiple assaults throughout the day. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Wow. Rough time, eh, bud? Alright. We go down here. Read the thing. October 30th, same year. Diane, I am in the doghouse. Ironside got me sleeping, and although there was no danger, now I am punished. Halloween, 1636. We cannot bury the dead for fear of new attack. I can see them as I write, lying where they fell, like sleeping wraiths drifting in the mist. All is quiet, and I am afeared. For a moment, laugh not, I swore I saw a corpse stand up and walk. I am so very weary. My nerves are gone, and coming here was the greatest mistake I ever made. I await relief from my watch, but no man comes to take my place. I dare not call down to the fort for fear of who might hear me. Arthur. That sounds rough, bud. Noctober is when you harvest the midnight corn. That's very good. Oh, this is the other side of that. Okay. That's how we open that. Down. And open. Probably could have just squeezed
Do you
through.
need a moment to rest?
I'd rather keep going to New Eden, but I probably need a breather.
What's on the wall first? Arthur's military papers. Martial disciplinary assignment. Soldier Arthur Ashton, for neglecting his military duty and placing his brothers in arms in grave peril during their sleep. All his leave is suspended and his guard duty extended to 3 days by order of Colonel James Ironsides. Jackass. Well, we got a key. That's nice. Don't know where the chest is. This is a place where ghosts are a known thing. Why would you think you're hallucinating a walking corpse? The letter's from 1636. It might actually predate when ghosts were a known thing. This is like 60 years ago. Maybe this is why ghosts are a known thing.
So are you.
Penny for your thoughts.
I was thinking of Kate. Of her horror when she saw the ghost. Of her pain when she lost her sister. She was desolate, and yet relieved, and terrified. I can't shake the picture.
No, that's a good point. Banishers aren't new. So yeah, the ghosts generally are known. You're absolutely right. They're just not necessarily like New Eden isn't known as overwhelming with ghosts. That's a fair point. But like Banishers broadly are known. It's normally like a one house might have termites kind of a situation was my understanding of it, as opposed to like this place is overflowing with ghosts just wandering around the woodside. That I think is recent.
According to her journal, Kate had had the courage to love a woman, but betrayed her. She must have meant this Deborah. Whoever this ghost is, her resentments extend beyond the new smiths. May her wounds heal well.
Sisterhood can be complicated.
When all this is over, you can go home and get to know the Duarte twins. Get to know your sister.
I knew a sister. Like Kate, I lost her.
What happened?
When I was very young, I had a friend. She was my chosen sister, and very dear to me. I opened my heart. It was a mistake. I played with fire and was burned.
I'm sorry.
It was a long time ago. I have a new family now. I have found the love of my life.
This is not the way.
I love you.
Always. Rest now. I have the watch. I'll sit by your bedside until I can hold you once again.
Oh. New ghost power. Ghost explosion! Ah, I love this power. Okay. Let's see. Defeating an enemy with red restores 10 health. Defeating an enemy with Antea restores 10 spirit. Oh, we just get sustainability. We just become an FF14 warrior. That's so good. Hitting an enemy with Antea reloads the rifle. Oh no. Oh no, that's also very good. Because we can just quick reload. Oh no. No, because if we get one of these, we can't get the other. Heck. Just die. Banishing an enemy restores 20 health. Banish point gains are reduced. Oh, I don't love that. Okay. You know what? We're doing okay on health. This, I think, is going to be more valuable for the instant reload. While the spirit gauge is full, Red's attacks decrease manifestation cooldowns. Okay. Interesting. Shooting with the rifle while the banish gauge is full increases rifle damage. But okay, got it. So it's another... So we've already got the thing where if the banish gauge is full and we use leap, this would be yet another use of our banish. I don't want to have too many things that exhaust our banish gauge. Defeating an enemy with the rifle reduces the next damage taken. Oh, it gives us a shield. Okay, that's handy. Banishing deals up to 50% increased damage the higher the enemy health points gauge. So, like, Banish does extra damage to mostly bosses. That's quite good. This is handy, but I think we've already got this for charged heavy attacks, which we use way more often. This, on the other hand, is very good. Let's see, otherwise, damage dealt by red increased up to 50% the higher the health points gauge. So that's just all damage goes up the higher the enemy... Oh, the higher the health points gauge. I don't know if that's the higher our health or the higher their health. Not very good at the switches. Increased damage. Enemy health points gauge. Okay, so this is... The more health we have, the more damage red deals. And this is... Banishing deals more damage the higher the enemy health. Let's go for that. That's just too good. Newsmiths are the folks who keep journalists in business. Very good. They smith the news. Yeah, I'll sit by your bedside till I can hold you once again. They have these very sweet moments, and then they also have these like very tense moments in between. It's a good balance. Ooh, we have things we can upgrade. Ooh, ooh. Did we get a new... I joked about it, but we didn't actually get a new rifle. And I still want to see if we can give that one back. Ooh, we got a new one of these. Hitting an enemy with a charged heavy attack restores health. That's quite good. That might be worth upgrading. Defeating an enemy with melee. Okay, so we got lots of health restoration. Good. Hello? Missed that we had you. Defeating an enemy with punch attack restores 20 spirit. That gives her lots of sustainability versus just reduced damage. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and switch to that. No upgrade needed. Punch attack by 5 isn't super worth it on its own. Damage by red is increased the lower the spirit gauge. Okay, so that if we exhaust Antea's spirit gauge and then switch back, red immediately does more damage. That's pretty handy. Charged heavy does 5 more. And that's just defeating an enemy with melee. So this one is better general stuff. This one has better stats all around. Let's upgrade this one first. Alright. We still have enough to upgrade you. Hooray! Alright. You put down the rifle and it phases through the rug. I mean, not all of the campfires are equal. Yeah.
Come here. I want to try something.
Right, we got our ghost exploding powers. Whee! Down she goes. This campfire is indoors on wood. Yeah, it's a video game contrivance, you know.
I think we can break this down together.
Game's got ghosts. Don't think too hard about it.
Let me grab my pickaxe.
Just trust me.
And ghost explosion.
Did you feel the way I tore the veil?
I did.
And we did it together.
What did I do?
You brought me focus. That's plenty.
Can you do it again?
Oh, I intend to.
Listen, Antea, not for nothing, but like, are you sure you don't want to just maybe stay a ghost? I know that maybe that's a rude thing to ask, but it seems like you're really enjoying it. Like maybe there's a third ritual where you just stay a ghost and don't need to feed on someone forever. That would be kind of cool. Some kind of ghost trick situation? We can talk to Sissel. He seems like a nice guy. Bet he would help. He's also a detective, kind of. I guess he knows a detective. On second thought, let's not talk to Sissel. He's kind of weird.
Off we go then.
He does know a cute dog, though. Okay, that's everything in here. And away! Maybe someone who likes crows. Fair. And this way? This way. Ooh, heliport. Everything we're collecting.
Stockade.
Foreign ground, marshy approaches. Like Bannockburn. 1314. And the Scots beat the English.
Wisps.
You won the battle, but who won the war?
Dunno. It's not over yet.
Oh, that's very good coming from a Scotsman. Oh, we'd love to see it. Still looking forward to that Irish unification of 2024. So yeah, everything that we've collected, particularly in this area, I don't know the stuff as well in the previous area, but everything that we've collected so far in this area, Inky Cap Copperin, Mossy Polypore, and Green Hellebore, all have
A theme.
a theme.
Gosh.
Yes.
Shite.
Good. So I'm correct in putting together
Yeah.
what these things have in common. Cool, cool, cool. Woo! Right into the banish.
Now there's a talent I'd love to have.
You'd have to die first.
Is that a thing? It is a thing. What is it? What are you? Witch stone. Oh, that one right there. Alright, wisps over there. Let's leave them be. There you go. Here. Whoop. Nope. Nope. I prefer not to.
This
Hello?
isn't over yet. Make a run for it!
It's fine. Don't worry about it. That's the stuff. No, no.
The dead are fitful and angry. Something hinders them. Something better.
Okay, being able to quick reload from switching to Antea and back is going to be a little busto, and I'm okay with it.
That's a witch's work.
Could it be Seeker?
We cannot be sure.
Oh, this.
Tread carefully.
I thought you meant the fence. I was very confused. I'm like, no, I think that's just a palisade. No, you meant the dolls. Okay, alright. Bog. Bog.
Something feels off.
There's a
veil
name for
is
that. Oh,
thick here.
Quick Mist?
The dead
Quick
are
Mist.
many.
Ooh, yeah. Battlefield? I can't cross over there. Can we... Can't cross over there. Okay. There's a cart in the way. Problematique.
So, you dislike crows?
Thank you for not letting him just get away with that.
They always bring despair.
Maybe they just follow it. I can see. I should take over.
Woo. There we go. Eh. Back in. Perfect. It's not that thing. It's over here somewhere? Oh, there it is. Okay. Really make you walk for this one. Hooray! Crap. Forgot. Already forgot how these work.
Divert your focus. The veil shields this one.
Yep. I know. It's the same combo again. I hated it last time, I hate it this time. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, we can just do that all day. Fantastic. That's gonna make all the difference. There we go. I don't remember much about the Star Trek Irish reunification, but it might be better than seeming like we're headed for sanctuary districts. Yeah. Need to rewatch DS9. there's a thing there. A settlement over here, or a campfire. Hey, oop, up, oop, up. Hey, yeah. There. I missed some loot on a wagon. There's gonna be just oodles of loot that I'm gonna go back and grab off stream, so do not even worry about it. This game has a very almost MMO quality with the just overabundance of loot. We go up, down. There we go, the ladder. So I'm not
Silence and the campfire.
being
Just
judicious at the
what
moment.
they ordered.
Yeah. Oh, huh.
Doors blocked on the other side.
Cannot open this door from this side. I'll unlock this. But I appreciate you keeping a lookout. Go through this door. Which is really more of a doorway. And this way. Okay, and then... Alright. Bill Cipher has been here.
Wait, what?
It's just a triangle. Sorry. Please banish that one. Thank you.
Back down to hell.
And away we go. Oh, that's lovely. Come on then.
Get lost, won't you?
Hee hee. All this. That's a
Trouble ahead.
ghost crow. A go. Huh.
Aye, still impressive.
Hee.
Shite, that's Seeker. Witch.
Hang on, hang on. Need to slow walk. Hang on. You put all the slow pieces here? That's so rude. Listen, this is gonna sound like a weak excuse. I got here as fast as I could. They put all the slow walk sections between you and me.
The Banisher who died for her novice.
Ah, the witch's novice.
Right, you two haven't met.
Oh, there, Antea.
Right, you keep putting the campfires just on top of bare wood. Fun side story. Briefly roomed with a pack of folks who once decided to roast marshmallows in a Dutch oven that they set directly on top of a wooden porch out back. So they put like charcoal in a cast iron, basically like grill kind of thing, and set it directly on a wooden porch.
That worked great.
I mean, it roasted the marshmallows, and also about a hubcap-sized circle of the wooden porch. So, like, they put the fire out responsibly in the thing, and then they were all done, and they packed it all up, and then they turned out the lights, and then they noticed that there were still embers glowing, and they were very confused because they were convinced that they had doused the coals, and they realized that what they were seeing was the porch itself still glowing because they had set fire to it, which was kind of incredible. And on that happy note about where not to roast marshmallows or build your campfires in your video games, before we dive into this conversation with Seer, Twitch has just alerted me that we're fast approaching the ad mark. So I'm going to get ahead of the game, and we're going to go ahead and take our break here and give Seeker some time to catch their breath because they look like they need it. So if you also need to catch your breath, stand
Or
up.
check that the fire is actually out.
Or check that the fire is actually out, or research some fun plants and fungi that we've been collecting, whatever you need to do. Or look up cute pictures of crows. Or stand up and stretch and get yourself a drink. Anything that you need to do to take care of you. I can't stand up because I'm hostage to a kitty. My deepest sympathies in this time. They died as they lived. Anyway, we'll be back in just a few minutes. We're going to run some ads, and we'll be back here in just a few. See y'all then. So mossy polypore is mostly just bad for the stuff it's growing on, but not necessarily bad for like people
Looks
necessarily.
like there is a relationship with a parasitic wasp.
You. Sorry, we're looking up the stuff we've been collecting. This is important research.
If anyone describes it being foods or not.
Hey, Remy. Yeah, I'm not going to say that we rescued Seeker. We attempted to rescue Seeker, and we arrived just as Seeker rescued themselves from an entity who was just a big hulking Pepsi man of an individual who seemed pretty pissed about the whole situation, but then so did Seeker. So, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. We'll find out the details in a second, I imagine. Seeker's back is against a
It is inedible.
Inedible. Okay.
Yeah, inedible. You wouldn't want to even try.
Yeah, not nearly as bad as the Inky Cap and the Hellebore.
The Inky Cap is mostly gonna fuck you up if you have alcohol.
If you had
It
alcohol.
makes you far more sensitive to alcohol.
It augments the alcohol.
It augments the alcohol to the point where it will kill you.
Right, yeah. It lethalizes the alcohol. Alright.
And then, of course, Hellebore is Hellebore.
Hellebore is Hellebore, yeah. Yeah, that one I knew off the dome. Well, neat. Thank you.
The other name for Inky Cap is Tippler's Bane.
Tippler's Bane. Tippler's Bane. What a fun set of syllables. Getting distracted by fungi facts, which is like fun facts with an extra guy in there. Okay. Anyway, back to the game. English is fun. I agree.
I've heard a lot about you.
Wow, that acts really
And I
fast too.
On my return,
It's apparently got a
Ceridian told
5
me our
to 10
poor
minute
wee
onset
banisher
after
would
you
turn
consume
up haunted.
alcohol.
A
Damn.
haunted banisher. Well, it is funny, isn't it?
Most languages are fun if you know enough about them. I can confirm that about French, at least.
Ooh, causes heart attacks.
Ooh, that's rough.
Because of these effects, the mushroom has been used to cure alcoholism in some places.
Because of these effects, the mushroom has been used to cure alcoholism.
It doesn't immediately cause the heart attack. You have
Thank
to
you. I was about to say, in
more,
what way?
But leading up to that point, there's
Cure
a lot of very
how?
unpleasant, like
Funny like a clown funny? Yeah, right, yeah.
vomiting and stuff.
Right,
Like,
yeah,
it
yeah.
leads up to a very unpleasant day before it actually.
You have a
does.
bad time.
Yeah, it's a bad time.
What's that terrible warning sign that's like, this will kill you and it will hurt the whole time?
Yeah, basically.
What was that thing you fought?
What was that thing you fought?
Thank you, Bob. I'm
Thing?
trying to get back into the game.
Oh, yeah.
Him. He's a bloody nuisance, is what he is.
Are you badly hurt?
I've tangled with old Mossad before. A couple of minutes to myself, and I'll be fine.
Please tell me the entity's name is literally Old Mosshead.
Ceridian knew about Antea's ghost.
Obviously. Not very bright, is he?
If she knew Antea was around, why did she not tell you to tell me?
Ceridian withheld that information from both of us for a good reason. Better trust her plan. Death is a part of life, Banisher. You know this better than most. I suppose she didn't want to break your heart again.
You
Aw.
tended to him. Thank you.
I'm a good novice. I do what I'm told.
Whew, that felt pointed.
You look like you need a moment. Can we help?
Thought you'd never ask. Some of my spirit chasers went out. That's how Old Soul crossed the hem.
The hem?
The hem. Where the fabric of the living world meets that of the dead.
Ah, the veil between the visible and the invisible.
Whatever soothes your soul, Banisher.
I think I like the hem more than the veil. That's actually pretty great.
Tell us how to fix the spirit chasers.
The spell is cast. You need only light them. Be careful. Old Mossad won't have gone far. Oh, I'll sit down now. Good luck. Have fun.
Good luck, have fun. Incredible. Maybe it's a veil with a hem. That's true. It could be both. Yeah, I was literally I was thinking GLHF. Yeah.
So, how do we do?
Okay, so we go
Light the
land.
spirit chasers with flint and steel. I
We light
guess.
the lamps.
I think.
It's where the living and the dead are stitched together. Perfect. CW body, yeah. CW body horror. I mean, I don't think that'll be happening. All right, so it sounds like Old Mosshead is actually goes by Old Saul, which ruins my wonderful joke, but it could be both. Old Saul could be the nickname. We don't know. If I had a choice, I'd probably go by Old Mosshead personally. It's the... Okay, hang on. So first of all, I'm not going to shoot it. Don't worry. I'm just doing this to zoom in. That's a ghost crow, right? Like that's a regular crow, and that's a ghost crow. Do we think that this is like Red and Antea as crows? Is this the Crow AU? Banishers, Crows of New Eden? Okay, well that's my headcanon. You guys do what you want. Old Masal Head, Saul Mosshead, Inky Cap Copran, and Mossy Polypore, the adventuring party. Incredible. Okay, so we're getting in the vicinity of one? Alright.
Inky's the rogue.
Inky's the rogue, yeah.
He's here.
Inky would have to be like a rogue or a warlock, I think, yeah.
Yeah, and the shelf mushroom is clearly it's clearly the tech.
I was thinking Mossy Polypore would be like a druid with a name like Mossy. Maybe a ranger.
But it's inedible and it's tough.
It is tough. You think like barbarian?
Yeah, barbarian or ranger.
Yeah,
whatever. Because the hellebore is clearly a wizard.
Mm-hmm. What do you got on this?
Or a witch.
Oh, yeah, Hellebore for a witch. That's very good. What is this? Fix this. Oh, hang on. Can I... Whoops. Try to use a gun as a ghost. They don't let you do that. Ghosts don't have gun licenses. It's against the law. Alright, this is one of the things. I still say Leshy Alchemist. You know what? I'll buy that.
He really doesn't like these things.
Alright, fair enough. The Second Amendment hasn't been ratified yet. That's true. Don't try to quote Fallen. That's my favorite movie. Get your own. Hello? It's down here. Oh, we got 2 of these. If we get 3 of them, we get a prize. It's a banisher. Maybe you should shoot the ghost crow, but by that logic, you should banish Antea too. That's your yep. Good. You found all the pieces. and I don't share Red's opinion of crows, ghosts or otherwise. I am, however, going in circles. That much Red and I have in common. All right. So where else are these? Having this many objective markers is a little daunting. Oop. Oh, here we go.
Aye, still impressive.
Hello?
Red, there is something wicked placed upon this. I can sense
Right.
it.
You can just sense it.
It's hidden even for me, but I can hear its dark will, like a curse or a
Oh, here's one. Okay, literally right next to us.
Curse or a spell.
That's why I came over here in the first place.
Maybe Seeker could help us with this. One more to go.
Well, listen, Seeker's right up here.
Oh,
Alright, let's just do a quick roundabout. Alright, so... Other side of this, maybe? Up here? So she's down there. Oh, I see. That comes down... Probably have to be on the other side of that. Okay. It's already lit. Here. Well, we're gonna ask Seeker about the thing anyway, so... This way. It's a loud chest. Okay, ooh, hang on. Another one of these things.
can I ask a question?
She's in fugue, healing.
No questions then.
Okay, guess not. Did we go this way? That one's lit. Aha. Alright, there's one. Whoop! Okay, alright. Hello there. Woo!
Why do I get the feeling that we're sitting ducks?
Oh, you can. You have homing bullets? When do I get homing bullets? Whoop, nope. Wait for it. And through. Nope. Stop it. Listen, I respect a shield healer. This is ridiculous. Right over the shoulder. You hate to see it. Too early. Get away, get away! Get out of the goop! Okay, I need you to get out of the goop first. Let's have a nice goop-free fight. Okay, we just punched you right back into the goop. Fine. That's on me. I did that. I'll own that. Try that again. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Blending in with the fog. Well done.
Here's one more.
You don't think... Uh-huh.
Burning
How about now?
Bastards, right?
That's how witches use them. This should be enough.
There.
I mean, let's hope so.
Witchcraft is easy.
Ooh,
Don't know
another
what
key.
the fuss is about.
I'm sure your witch friend would agree.
I think I'll just tell her we're done. What crawled up that spectre's arse and stung him angry.
A lost battle? A betrayal? Cowardice in the ranks? Who knows?
She's over here. Alright, so we have 2 keys to treasure chests we haven't found yet. So I have some homework to do. There's also, one moment. Aha, up we go. I just saw a little purple glow. No, this way. I want that thing. Yeah, I want that thing. Give me the glowy. Bring me the blue pages. Ooh, a note. Still 1636. Everything went down in 1636. After several days of resistance, the fort remains. This last week, attacks on the frontier came quick and hard. Heh, just gonna let that one go. Savages took many brave soldiers down, but we remain strong, not loving this language anymore. Native people of these lands are of high courage and resolute. As a soldier, I admire them. I wish only that they would understand our purpose, to bring to them salvation, loving this language less and less. I have no doubt that they will make the finest Christians once they are defeated. Scouts report that they come in numbers. I need reinforcements and count on the participation of all the colonies. Well, thank goodness this person's probably dead. Sure hope this wasn't Saul's letter. Counterpoint, hope this was Saul's letter. Because he's a ghost now.
Okay, what's the year again?
1695. The letter was written in 1636.
I can see someone not in the years again.
Whee! And over the log we go. Oh, hey, she's standing now.
Did I
Are the crows your
see
friends?
a crow just now?
Yes and no.
Would you care to elaborate?
All ready to go then? Good. She's waiting for you.
Which is always this obtuse. Yes. I have to ask this.
A witch is always this obtuse.
A banisher's always this ignorant. Come on. We're taking a boat. It'll be fun.
No, we're going to New Eden.
I
The
love them.
nightmare's grip on the world is too strong. The fog is too thick. You cannot enter its stronghold. There's no way back to the meeting house. Not yet. And not without help.
We've done fine on our own so far.
You're dead. Maybe you're not doing quite as well as you think.
You're blunt, but I take your point. We'll talk to Ceridian before we move on.
That's better. Follow me. Careful. Don't rock the boat.
Have we far to go?
How far is far? Don't worry. You'll be safe.
Safe?
The mire is home to many angry spirits. But my mistress keeps them quiet. Dead quiet.
This is gonna be a happy bunch.
That spectre you fought looked like a harvester.
Banishers and their labels.
He'll surely be back.
So will I.
The veil seems thinner here.
Always has been. We call them the Mire Marshes, but the nearby tribes call it the Ill Mouth. Stay too long, you'd get sick.
Is that
Ill
why
mouth.
Ceridian's wards wane faster than they should?
That is because she is dying.
I'm
Oh.
sorry.
Life's a journey. Death is but one step.
This is almost as lovely as that ride through Herengracht.
All we're missing is the hailstones and the Russia at our heels.
I'm sure we can arrange something.
You do plan the best escapes.
What a mess. What happened here?
Men happened. War happened.
This old Saul. What does he want?
Destruction, bloodshed. Ceridian's head on a plate. They must have known each other once.
We could help you banish him.
You Banishers are so arrogant. He's Ceridian's business. Best we don't interfere.
They're just hanging out, huh? They're just hanging out. Yep.
What can you tell us about your mentor?
I could tell you quite a lot, but I'm not going to. A
Meh.
very old witch who's tended this very big garden for a very long time.
That's it?
Believe me, that's more than enough.
You're young.
You're dead.
And your essence is strong for one your age. How did you come to be here?
How did you come to waste your potential by being a banisher?
Do you believe I'd make a better witch?
Yes, I do. You'd be doing yourself and me a favor. Welcome to Ceridian's Island.
There is much power here.
Oh, you noticed that, did you? Like I say, welcome to Ceridian's Island.
The stuff on her fingers is kind of the inverse of Red's hands. Oh, yeah, actually. Yeah, you're right. I hadn't noticed that.
She's at home and expecting you. Follow the path until you find a black pond near ancient ruins. I'll see you there soon enough.
How does she do that? It's a trick, right?
There's more to that one than tricks. The girl is gifted.
Love it. Love it. Let's go meet the old witch. Yep, we have time to meet the old witch. Hooray! And, oh, yeah. Through. Over. Down.
Someone's left us a fire camp to use.
Just take a moment here. Old witch and new smith. Then we need something borrowed and something blue. There we go. This way? We'll go this way.
Hanging dolls. Witches do like to be creepy.
As a child, I made dolls just like those.
What's creepy about dolls?
I bet you did.
The Victorians won't be around for like 200 years. Then the dolls will get creepy. Yeah. This is the Black
Seeker's
Pond?
Black Pond. I can see why they call this the Ill Mouth.
I have a weird feeling that this place looks like a skull from the air.
What is that?
Just has that shape to it, you know? Like that. This is probably like, that's an eye. That's an eye. This is like a nose ridge that we're walking on right now. Kind of get to a high vantage point and look down.
No, that's not quite true. I knew who I was, it's just I was lost and I had nowhere to go. I had no when to go. Does that make sense?
Time lays traps for the dead. It's never fair.
His voice was a beacon. The light in the darkness that led me back to me. And to the world.
What are we putting in
You
the
have
basket?
a powerful connection, you two.
We've got the
Or
same.
will have.
We've got the same fingies.
Or had. Possibly all three.
Oh, the mask on the back of the head is a nice touch.
He is the other Banisher. Greetings.
Good day.
Come, sit. It's been too long.
Have we met?
Of course we have. Just now. Also later. Decades ago. Never mind. It's good to see you, Red McRae.
I told
Chronomancy!
you the story. I hope you don't mind.
Such an ordeal. I'm so very sorry you have to go through it. How hard it must be for you both.
Thank you.
But now you're here together, and I'm glad. Because you'll only be able to end this together.
Uh-huh. Hey, here's a great question.
Why have we found so little native presence in New Eden?
They have been here, but they have never settled. Wise men and women know that the region, the Maya Marshes especially, are rotten.
Is that why you settled here?
Here, the hem is thin and frail, and the Maya rich in agitated spirits. It is also secluded and hard to find. Both excellent reasons to remain. Here, we may hide away and mend the hem.
We must reclaim Antea's body, but Seeker tells us the meeting house can't be reached. The fog cannot be crossed.
Seeker is right. The fog is the nightmare.
The nightmare makes the fog, you mean?
The fog is the nightmare.
Yeah, that's
The
what she. Yeah.
nightmare is the fog. Each grows the other as their influence strengthens. It taints everyone all through New Eden. It clouds their minds and distorts their vision. But you have already cleared the Darkwoods. The work has begun. It must continue.
You brought us here. Why?
You have many questions, and I have little time.
Your novice mentioned it. I am sorry.
I am not. Soon
She's very
I will
grandmotherly, and
know
I
the
love that.
trees, root and bark. But that is not why I asked you here. Dearest dears, the path ahead is yet unclear. But know this. If you are to defeat the nightmare, your hearts must be open. Open, of course, to each other. No barriers. Your bond must be strong.
Yep. Oops.
The nightmare is
I meant
stronger.
to choose the other one.
Wherever we turn, its power is inescapable.
The same is true of many things. Darkness, yes, but also light. When you died, dear Antea, New Eden crumbled, but some yet live. Seek them out, help them.
The nightmare won't like that.
No, you are, after all, a threat to her existence. And rightly so. She believes you cannot reach into her domain. She is wrong. There is a way. The Void, a dreadful place beneath both the incarnate and the invisible.
Uh-huh.
When you have learned to walk the Void, you may use it to enter the Nightmare's den.
Uh-huh.
You must free the people of New Eden from her grip.
To reach New Eden and retrieve my body, we must help the very people who created the nightmare in the first place?
Yes.
Excuse
All right, fair
me,
enough.
lack of enthusiasm. Can we not just go back to the meeting house and do our jobs?
You must release folk here from her grasp. Only then, through the Void, may you reach New Eden Town and confront her.
How do we access the void? Is there a ritual?
In places, the Void is breached. Follow the beacons. Do not stray, and all will be well. Our Seeker crafted you a tuning key. With it, you may open the breach. Don't linger. Time is fickle.
Oh, right, we found the weird purple thing.
We recently came across a cursed item and thought you could help us cleanse it.
Really? Why us?
Well, you know, spells, curses, witches.
I was teasing. See you squirm. There are many ways to enchant an item or dispel its curse. Seeker may be of help. Go talk to her. She likes to tease you too.
Yeah, I see why you two get along, honestly. I like how complex and interesting all the female characters are and how many female characters there are. Honestly, a big part of the reason I ultimately decided to stream this game absolutely came down to the characters. 100%. Like, I enjoy playing the game, which is a big reason that I... Like, that's a reason for me to play it, but the reason that I wanted to stream it, the story, I think, does hold up on its own. It's maybe not the most, like, novel thing in the world, but it's the characters at the end of the day that really make this one stand out to me. And it's a lot of it. The voice acting is very good. I think the writing also kind of meets it there, and it's a lot of little moments like that I think are just so charming.
Would a hedge witch have something interesting in her swamps for a banisher?
I always have.
There's a character at the end of this day. I mean, yeah. So we have a unique shop. Okay, we get upgrade materials. We get thread. Is that okay? Yeah, all right, neat. Find me. All right, you've already told me everything we need.
Thank you, Ceridian. We'll be off.
Before you leave, tell me, what did you choose?
What do you mean?
Each of you made a promise to the other. What was it? What did you choose?
I chose to stay.
I see. The price, in essence, will be high. But you know this.
Aye, we do.
The tuning key is on the table. In the void, it will protect you. Seeker waits at the pool to show you the way.
Mm.
Help yourself, and take all the help you need.
Thanks. I probably should have asked first. I was gonna ask after, but that works as well. Ooh, yeah, it is just a tuning fork. Neat. Yeah, I'm gonna take this too then. That's so much witchstone. Which I think is the currency that she also uses. It's like I just took her money and I'm gonna sell it back to her because she's the only merchant who deals in witchstone. That's so strange. Alright, I'm coming. Hang on. Got a thing. Jeez. And down we go. Hey, what's up?
Ceridian gave us a tuning key. Now I know how you pull your little disappearing trick.
It's no trick. It's what we do to survive. Too many bastards out there want us dead.
So what we saw on the other side of the island, that was a void breach.
Yes. You'll be using them too. But not this one. Not yet. There's another one, a little ways off, in the back of a cave. Use that one for now.
Uh-huh.
This one is special. It's the last and only way into New Eden town since the bridge burned down.
We could go back to New Eden right now?
Why would you want to do that? The nightmare is strong. She has New Eden by the proverbials. Loosen her grasp, and maybe, just maybe, you can walk through that breach and live.
All right. We get it.
You have your tuning key. Hold on to it for dear life.
That shouldn't be a problem.
Once through the breach, there's no turning back. Keep going and don't look back.
We found a cursed object.
An object? What object?
Adding by the proverbials to my vocabulary, it's very good.
Evidently cursed.
A curse could mean different things, depending. What do you think happened?
We found it in the wilderness. We think maybe someone bound a spirit to it for protection.
Ah, I do believe you found a chest belonging to Fear God.
To whom? Yeah, thank you.
I'm sorry, who?
Fear God Waterbury, local holy man. Hermit, died years ago. On my wanders I'd meet his ghost from time to time. Crazy old man. More bark than bite, though.
Did he have a thing for making cursed boxes?
Fear God Waterbury had a talent, and he used it to lock things away. Things he considered too dangerous to leave free.
How do we get it open?
Why would you want to open it? That's demonology, and I'm not one for stepping in no demonology.
Why would you want to?
Old Fear God wasn't the worst. But from what he told me, Fear God Waterbury, the man, not his ghost, kept a ritual of unbinding in his breviary.
Do you have this breviary?
No, but I know he can find it. He spent his last years in seclusion, deep in the dark woods.
Eh?
Go northeast from the hunter's camp. Keep to the east side of the trail until you can turn south. You should come to a clearing. He had a hut there. You forget things sometimes, so here. I'll write it down for you.
Oh, thank God. Ooh.
So, who's Deborah?
I know no Deborah. I don't think I've ever known a Deborah.
Well, shit. I was hoping we'd get... Then why is this... Okay, maybe this just shows up for everybody now.
We'll be going. Hope to talk again soon.
Yes. I do so enjoy our little chats across the hem.
Let me get this right. We're looking for a breviary belonging to a demonologist that Seeker met after his death. All this in order to learn how to cleanse malignant spirits bound to cursed objects.
Remember Balthazar H. Frenhofer's teaching. Efficient, adaptive, versatile.
That's fucking Bear Grylls and you know it.
Is this
Nerds.
Seeker's cave?
Only one way to find out.
It's a cave with a void in it. What do we think? That's 5 minutes? Sure. Let's see how far we get. We only know one person for sure who knows Deborah, and she's not talking to us. Good point. We're gonna see if we can do a void in 5 minutes flat. Speed run.
God, where are we?
Remember what we were told. Follow the beacons. Move fast. No looking back.
Move fast is the agenda. We've got a deadline. Sorry, Ante, I didn't mean to call it a deadline. That's... Okay, I like that they color swapped the
This place looks bad.
ledge paint.
Lifeless.
This is
Take a
the
moment to
realm of the
appreciate that.
dead.
The void.
This is the underworld.
Let's not linger.
It does have a very solstice vibe, but I guess there's only so many ways to draw, like... Okay, don't like the children laughing in the distance part. That's probably bad.
Did you hear
Yes, keep moving.
Yes, good thought. Because right there with you. I was gonna say there's only so many ways to draw a like weird eldritch underworld. That's a doom tornado. It's you? Oh, I was just about to ask.
What is going on?
Just about to ask which of the...
Long ago, I
Uh-huh.
banished its owner.
What does that mean?
It means we must leave now.
Uh-huh. Okay, it's time to go, time to go, time to go. It's time to leave. So long, farewell,
next
Auf
beacon's
Wiedersehen,
dead.
goodbye.
Oh, what new abomination is this?
I'd say a sorrow used as a Cerberus. That's unheard of.
Care to explain? Oh, these are, woo, no. Okay, that's got, whoop, nope, this is a dead end, this is a dead end. We can banish it? We can banish it, alright. Oh, hello, that thing's RP walking towards us. Okay, cool, we can still get this. Woo! No. Oh, nice, okay. Nope. The little one, yes. Okay. Okay, so the big thing is, woo, no, there's 3 of them? Okay, there's none of them. Wow, nice job, Red. Whoa, no. Okay, we took out the second one. This thing. Woo. No. No. The thing.
Time to end
Thank you.
this monstrosity.
Oh, it's an out. Oh boy. Okay. Oh. Okay. Everybody back up.
From what hole did this horror crawl?
I don't know, but we need to go.
Yes, good call. Thank you. Back on task. Let's travel away. Whew. When you banish someone, they get sent somewhere else, and now we're somewhere else. Yes, correct. The difference between Ascent and Banish is that when you banish someone, they go to the Void, and now we can travel the Void. Which means if you banish someone in any of the haunting cases in the game, you can then have a boss battle with them anytime you Void travel. Which is just neat, I think. Whereas if you Ascend or blame somebody, I actually... I can't remember. If you blame somebody, they may also show up in the Void. But if you Ascend them, they don't show up. But if you banish somebody, there's definitely a chance that they could show up as a boss, and that's cool. Okay, we are out of time, but we did that in exactly as many, in even like shorter amount of time than I expected. So I feel great about that. We crushed that our first Void traveling run. So yeah, if I know it's for sure true about banishing. I don't remember if it's true about blaming. So yeah, we might actually run into Thickskin again as a like Void horror at some time in the future, which could be weirdly satisfying. Actually, we'll get to that if it comes to that. But for now, right, we get their essence, but I think they still go elsewhere. So, because we also get essence from like Ghost Eyes, so I don't think we haven't like destroyed the soul. We've just we took the life essence, but Thickskin's ghost is still gone, and I think probably is in the Void most likely. But again, I'm going in circles. So I'm going to stop doing that and say thank you all so much for coming and hanging out. That is going to be the end of the stream for tonight. We'll be back with more of this on Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be sure, thank you, Bob. Be sure to check out our schedule at schedule.truck.community. That has our whole stream team is up to all week long, where we have multiple streams a day. And that schedule has who's streaming what, on what days, at what times, with links to everybody's respective channels. All the stuff that a schedule will done have. I don't know why I feel the need to explain that every time. It's not like people don't know, but I like pointing out that it's just all in one nice convenient place, because it's in one nice convenient place, and we try to make it convenient so that people can find everybody's stuff, because it's a nice big happy group, and that's neat. Anyway, thank you all so much again for coming and hanging out. I hope you have a wonderful weekend ahead, assuming that all is going well on their end. We're going to toss things over to Alice at twitch.tv/squirrellily. Let me just check for a quick announcement just to see. One moment, please. Doop. Alice is going to play Final Fantasy X Remaster. Excellent. I was just about it because I was sitting there going, I'm pretty sure World's End Club ended, which feels ironic in its own way. Final Fantasy X Remaster. Interesting. That'll be exciting to see. Okay. I was gonna make a joke, and then I realized that joke might be a spoiler. And hopefully that thing that I just said itself isn't also... No, that's vague enough. Don't worry about it. Thank you all so much again. Hang out in chat, and you'll be headed over to twitch.tv/squirrellily, where Alice, in just a little bit, will be playing some Final Fantasy X Remaster. There, that's all the bits. Thank you all again. Good night.